everyone, this is Daisy here, aka Professional High Priestess, and I'm here to drop the Ancestor Adventure channeling for Benjamin Banneker. So, y'all, I went to Benjamin Banneker's actual cabin in Maryland, and it was very, very interesting. And I know that the Harriet Tubman channeling was equally powerful, and I want to just caution y'all because this one is going to be equally powerful as well, but this one is specifically for the masculines. And, Papa Benjamin, he had a specific warning for masculines, and it's going to come up in this channeling. But I wanted to give you guys some background information about who Benjamin Banneker was, if you didn't know who he was. So born in 1731, yes, 1731. He was actually born free because what ended up happening was his grandparents, his grandmother was an indentured servant, and she was actually able to earn her freedom. And then she bought the freedom of his grandfather, and his grandfather's name, the last name was Bannaker. So he goes by Bannaker, but the last name was Bannaker. But it lets me know that they potentially have come from, potentially come from the west coast of Africa, specifically Benin, or for the simple fact that Bannaker is like Bannaker. That's the way that it kept on coming into me. I was like, they must have been from the Benin or Edo Empire. But the thing that was very special about Benjamin Banneker was he was actually, he was also an abolitionist. He wrote letters to Thomas Jefferson and all these men, like, with very sharp words. He was a Scorpio. Scorpios, when they get that tongue going, man, it gets deep, very transformative energy. But he was an advocate too, to end slavery, on top of the work that he did with mathematics and astrology and things like that, and astronomy. And I feel like that's very, very important to note, because I feel like these days, when you talk to people of color who are not really so much in the spiritual world, they look at those, or those are like, activities for like white folks and things like that. For those of you who are not folks of color and you're watching, like, why would they say that? It's because of the cultural conditioning that we've been through, and also the hijacking of our culture. They would give us, religion and stuff like that, and then they would keep these certain types of arts and works for themselves in the background, So Benjamin Banneker was very powerful. And, one of the things that he did was he actually helped to build Washington, D.C. Yes. And he said that he actually received the layout for Washington, D.C. from the heavens. So he was an astral traveler, very powerful. And the funny thing is, before I even went to Maryland and before I even channeled him, he was actually coming into my energy field. And how was because I actually had done a channeling about a divine masculine channeling a while back. And I even posted this on my community board about someone having a Neptune in Pisces. And I was like, oh, that transit hasn't happened in about 200 and some odd years. Your masculine must be really, really old. And then I did some more research, and the last time we had a Neptune in Pisces, it just happened in 2012, I believe. But it happened again in his time period when he was alive. So he had a Neptune in Pisces, and you guys know Neptune is ruled by Neptune rules over Pisces, and Neptune is the planet of dreams, y'all. So he was a very powerful dreamer, and he was able to map out the layout and architect DC from channelings that he got in the dream state. How powerful is that? Just amazing. And I feel like, this is very important for young masculines, especially Black and brown masculines, because in our culture, they always emphasize, use your body, be an entertainer, or be a basketball player or an athlete, but you can also use your mind, so for those of you watching, I want you to show this to your children, to show them, like, this is what our ancestors created, even in the thick of oppression. We were out there with the crown chakra, very powerful. And he gave us a channeling about the crown chakra too. First, there's some deep messages. Shield your crown chakra. And one of the things that really kept on emphasizing this for me was there was a wind chime on the land when I went over there, and the wind chime kept on running and running. And wind is what? Air. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. Air rules the what? The mind, the intellect. Emphasis on the mind was very heavy. And then I got a lot of channelings regarding technology, because, that's what he was all about, right? Because, he was actually the first person to create a clock that kept accurate time for 50 years straight. And Benjamin Banneker also was a master astronomist and astrologist. He created a poor man's almanac to help farmers understand the timing of the stars in order to know when to plant their seeds and when to harvest and things like that. Master magician, that he was. And he was able to get a lot of this information from the dream state and from his spiritual development, you know? So something that he did was, he was really mentioning was clearing up your crown chakra, y'all, because what's going to be happening is they're going to be coming up with a lot of energy weapon attacks. That's specifically the message that he gave to me. Shield your crown chakra. Okay, because with 5G coming online, that's going to be a problem. It's going to be disintegrating the auric fields and also hijacking people's crown chakra, because what they're doing now in the astral plane is, if you're not fully awake in the astral plane, if you don't know how to navigate this, literally they're hijacking people's spiritual energy, because people are not awake there, because the technology is turning them off. The vaccines and the food and even cannabis. He did give a message about cannabis too, because he had a farm and he planted hemp, you see. So he was saying be mindful, because also with the 5G, what's ended up happening is not only is the 5G disintegrating the aura, it's actually giving these astral demons more power and more, I would say, entryway into your energetic body. So then what they do is they put cords and hooks on you in the astral plane, and then it drains out your energy so that you can't even really spiritually navigate the 3D realm. So it's kind of like shutting down your third eye and your crown chakra. And for somebody like him, of course, he had a very powerful crown chakra. I sense he maybe had an Aquarius moon or something like that, but we'll find out when we pull the astrology cards. I'm heavily sensing very powerful Aquarius energy and very powerful, positively aspected Piscean Neptune energy in his chart. So that's one of the things that he had, the channelings that I got from him. And some people are like, well, how are you channeling ancestors? I don't believe that. Well, I got part of fortune in the 12th house, and part of fortune tells you where you will have a lot of luck in your life. And the 12th house is all about what? The realm of mysticism. That's why I can channel ancestors so powerfully like this. So check where fortune is in your chart, y'all, okay? Now, one of the things that he was talking about was cannabis, y'all. So being really mindful right now in terms of how much we are intaking, especially for those of us who are spiritual beings. Me personally, I stopped smoking. I just do with CBD, and CBD is non-psychoactive, you know, and that really helped me get off cannabis, as well as flushing out my liver with dandelion. So I'm going to make a whole channeling about that. But right now, because of all the different energetic interferences that are happening right now, and because we need to be very much awake in the astral plane, he's asking us to be, you know, more cognizant about how much cannabis we intake. So I went to the farm. This is his house that he lived in. It's super dope. I was like, oh my God, like the energy was off the hook. It was so powerful there. But look at this. Self-educated Negro, mathematician, and astronomer. Yes. And published the first Maryland Almanac. Yep. Exactly. But something that I also do when I do my channelings is I look around the land too and get channelings there. And you know, something that I found that was very interesting was, one, these deers we'll talk about, but also these little marigold symbols. And I'm gonna talk a little bit about this because I felt like this was very, very critical. But you want to know the funny thing is, it says plant in full sun, 12 degrees. 12 is what? Pisces, the 12th house. That 12 kept on coming up, but I'm going to talk about that a little bit more because I felt like that was really critical. But one of the things that he really stressed and emphasized was taking care of the environment, y'all. He is heartbroken about what we've done to planet Earth. And he's also saying that the more we damage planet Earth, that's actually the more that we damage ourselves spiritually, because we are directly connected to the Earth. Specifically for Black and brown people, I'm going to say this again. For those of you who are like, why do you keep on saying that? It's because we've been the most disconnected and traumatized through our connection with the earth. We are the initial gatekeepers. Our ancestors were all about worshiping and honoring the earth and the earth ancestors, and managing the cycles of the seasons and the cycles of the earth for manifesting in abundance and planting, right? But remember, we were traumatized with our connection through the earth because a lot of our ancestors were forced to, our bodies were and our minds were used to cultivate the earth for nefarious purposes for other people during slavery, right? So a lot of us are disconnected from the land in that way, and then they shuffled us up into the projects, concrete jungle. So a lot of us are disconnected from nature, and we really need to get reconnected. That's one of the things that he was emphasizing, you know, in these channelings that I was getting. But I'm going to go a little bit more into that. Yes, he says, thank you. Wow. Now, one of the things that I wanted to talk about in terms of the things that I saw on the land was this marigold. This marigold little sign. I found about 6 of them, okay? And I was like, okay, who dropped these over here? But they were very old and tattered. They've been there for a very long time. Marigolds Oh, did I put the meaning in there? Okay, I'm going to tell you all what the meaning of marigolds are. Very, very interesting. But I wanted to also say marigold flower. Okay. And this is why I was like, okay, I know I needed to do this channeling. This was right on time. Of course, orange is the sacral chakra, sexuality, but also creativity, being more creative in our approach as time moves on and moves forward, balancing your sacral chakra. But look at this. Mary's gold is said to have derived its name from Mary's gold. Take it from the fact that early Christians placed flowers instead of coins on Mary's altar as an offering. Okay. Now, you guys have to also understand too, ooh, Mary Magdalene was the first person that Yeshua, aka Jesus, exposed himself to after the resurrection to show that he has risen again. And I know for some of y'all are gonna be like, why don't you have a black and brown picture of Jesus? I couldn't find one depicting him like coming out of the tomb and exposing himself to Mary. So please don't start commenting with the madness. But what this was symbolizing to me with that marigold flower was specifically for masculines. The warning that he's giving is be very, very careful right now with the way in which you engage with the feminine, especially sexually, especially because I seen all that sacral chakra yellow energy, yellow and orange. Be very careful. One of the things that he's emphasizing is that a lot of masculines are going to be going through extreme karma for the way in which they've done the feminine energy and the way they've misused and abused their sexual energy with the feminine force. Because remember, Jesus, he exposed himself after he went through that resurrection, which is the dark night of the soul, right? And after he became an ascended master, he exposed himself to what? His feminine. So what this was also telling me is that a lot of these divine masculines, they're going to be going through the dark night of the soul. Some of them will not be getting resurrected though, but for the ones who will, they're going to be coming straight to their feminine and going into union. And they're going to be learning that the feminine is the head, not the tail. That's the lesson that he was telling me here. Wow. So it says here, used in weddings. Marigolds are also used in weddings, okay? And it was also saying here that marigold can also indicate, what is this thing called? Jealousy and envy. So masculines too. Remember another thing too that was very important was in the Bible, it was saying that Paul was a hater for Mary Magdalene, and he didn't feel like a woman needed to be a part of, you know, some of these different meetings and stuff that they were having with Jesus and his disciples. But, you know, Yeshua, he shut that down very quickly. He was like, nah, we're not even about to play that game. She deserves to be here. She's equally as powerful and she knows what she's doing. So from what that was really telling me, and it's 222 as I'm saying this, what that's telling me is that, like I said, warning for masculines, being mindful about the ways in which you subjugate the feminine energy and disrespect the feminine energy, because she's the head, not the tail. She is not she's not to be subjugated at this point in time. A lot of masculines are also, what I'm being told is they're going to be going through a rites of passage, and a lot of them may sink or swim in terms of how they are dealing with the feminine energy right now. It's that time. And I think I have put actually a dream channeling that I went to the dream state and they showed me like this biblical astrology wheel, and it started at Capricorn. You guys know that we are also having a lot of transits happening in Capricorn. Capricorn is what? The patriarch of the zodiac, right? So what I'm being told right now is that a lot of these masculines, they're going to be reaping a lot of generational karma for the ways in which they've interacted with the feminine. He said yes. But remember with Benjamin Banneker, the way that he was actually able to, his family was able to obtain the freedom was his grandmother was able to buy his grandfather out of freedom. So keep that in mind for you, some of you masculines, as you're out there abusing and you know, being trifling towards your feminine. A lot of y'all are going to be going under severe judgment for that in this time. Okay. Wow. So another thing that I saw on the line was a whole gang of deer, and they were just kind of sitting there watching me as I started meditating and channeling messages. But the deer, look at the meaning of the deer means combining soft, gentle qualities with strength and determination, balancing masculine and feminine energies. I feel like this is exactly what he's saying. This is specific for masculines. Being mindful about how you are dealing with the feminine energy, and also learning how to heal yourself and balance out some of those envies that you guys have towards your feminine who's on her spiritual path and development, and then also tapping deeper into your own inner feminine and tapping more into your own childhood energy. Like, because you know the sun, which is what marigolds also represents like childlike energy, exuberance, right? Childlike wonder, and then also tapping into your sensitivity and your intuition. It says here, ability to move through life on obstacles with grace. Yes, I feel like that's what he's calling to us now, especially for masculines, because a lot of these masculines are going to be going under severe judgment, and their ability to really tap into their feminine side is really what's going to either help them or what's going to kill them, right? So let's keep going. Something that I also saw was hella woodpeckers. They were all over, peck, 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 peck. And it says here, again, balance. This word balance and integration keeps on coming up. The woodpecker meaning encourage you to strike a balance between being kind and being cautious. It symbolizes the need to understand different rhythms, patterns, and cycles, and to do your best and adapt to them and flourish. It represents warning and prophecies that need to be connected to the earth. What did we talk about earlier with being connected to nature and the earth? A lot of these masculines are very disconnected to their feminine side because they're also disconnected from their root chakra, which is their connection to the earth. Getting grounded. Remember, earth is a feminine element, right? So the more that these masculines get disconnected from their feminine element because they're too caught up in the crown chakra or lower vibrational aspects of masculine energy, the harder it's going to be for them to be balanced. And I'm also sensing here too that what I said with these rhythms and cycles, it's that death and rebirth process, that scorpionic energy that he was a Scorpio sun, as well as that resurrection process that they're going to be going through, doing your best to adapt to that, because a lot of them are going to be going through that in order to fully become the masculines that they are supposed to be in this lifetime, is what I'm getting, y'all. So let's get into this. Let's get into our astrology cards. This is where we get really deep. All right, let's see what they have for us. Oh, I don't know why I'm getting a whole bunch of chills right now. Oh, look at, I'm wearing yellow too. I didn't even notice that. Okay. Dear Ancestor Ben, dear Ancestor Benjamin Banneker, please come through us and give us some messages right now. I swear he was a Pisces or had some Pisces or Aquarius energy placements, heavy. Please give us some insight, please, via these astrology cards. Benjamin Banneker, we're channeling you right now. Please come through. You're welcomed. What messages do you have for the collective? Jupiter. Oh, look what's at the bottom of the deck. Pisces. I'm telling you, he had to be a Pisces moon or rising or some type of Pisces energy. Jupiter's in Capricorn right now. All that energy is going to be getting expanded. What I'm talking about, the karmic energies surrounding the Pluto, Saturn, and Jupiter conjunction right now. A lot of these masculines are going to be going through dark night of the soul for how they dealt with the feminine energy for several lifetimes and incarnations, and for many centuries. Messages from Benjamin Banneker, please. What messages do you have for us, Uncle Ben? I'm telling you, these astrology cards be scaring me sometimes. What messages do you have for us, Uncle Ben? Aquarius. Ooh. Ooh, you better shut your mouth. Girl, you better stop with these cards before you channel some stuff and unlock some history mystery. I'm telling you, I sense this. There had to be some type of Pisces Aquarius energy because his crown chakra was very powerful. You know, Aquarius was the crown, but then also Pisces rules the dream state. He said, yes, I sure was. He said he had an Aquarius moon. Wow. The ancestors are way too good. Oh, this is powerful. All right, dear bright and one living ancestors, what messages do you have? Benjamin Banneker, what messages do you have for the collective? What messages do you have? Oh, we got moon, timing, stars, infinite. We got sun and moon union. I'm here to take all of them. And then we got the air message. He told me to take all of them. What were we talking about, the integration between masculine and feminine energies earlier with the sun and moon union? And then remember, he was a master astronomer, right? This also came out in the Harriet Tubman channeling because they're ascended masters now living within the constellations. He's telling me he wants me to look at the constellation of Pisces. So I'm going to get into that in a minute. But let's get into this reading first and foremost. Oh, I just feel like I need to turn on some, let me just stop. Oh, the energy is high, high, high. All right. Uncle Ben, please clarify Jupiter for us. Please clarify Jupiter, Uncle Ben. Okay, he's telling me he wants me to use a different deck. He said he wants me to use the Morgan Greer. All right. He's loud and clear in my ear. All right. Clarify Jupiter, Uncle Ben, please. Clarify Jupiter. And it's funny because he's Pisces and Miss Harriet was what? Virgo. Clarify Jupiter, please. Clarify Jupiter, please. With the Strength card. Ooh. Remember we're talking about solar energy, the sun here, which is Leo energy. With this Jupiter here, I'm feeling like there's something around the health of masculines right now because, you know, the Strength card also represents vitality. Yes, exactly. A lot of masculines are going to be paying the price with their health. But look at the flowers that are on the Jupiter card. Don't those look like little marigolds to you? I'm also being told here too that there's something about the sexual energy. Remember sacral chakra, I was telling you, restraining your sexual energy and gating karma around the misuse and abuse of the sexual energy towards the feminine. It's right here. Clarify Pisces, please, Uncle Ben. What do you want us to know about this Pisces energy? Clarify Pisces, please. With the Page of Swords. Research, knowledge, wisdom, doing our study is what I'm being told here. The dream state as well, because, you know, Pisces is ruled by Neptune, which is the dream state. I feel like what this is saying is being vigilant. Okay, I'm getting chills. Being very vigilant because you see how he's very, very focused on this sword. But then also look at the different clouds and plumes behind him, and you see all this different, like these different like pillars with smoke coming out. There's something here regarding, like I just said, the 5G, like air pollution, noise pollution that's going to be blocking our crown chakras and impacting like our ability to really like think straight and properly and channel in the years to come. Exactly is what he was saying. Clarify Pisces with the Page of Swords. This is like inquisitiveness, curiosity. Clarify Pisces, please. With the Sun card here. Something's going to get exposed very soon here. Is what he's being, okay, what? Okay, so for those of you who know how to astral travel and project, what I'm being told is there's going to be a lot of insights and messages coming to you, things that are going to be getting exposed that are going to be happening in society in the dream state, is what he's saying here. This is exactly what he's saying here with the Sun and the Page of Swords. Clarify Aquarius, please. Clarify Aquarius, please. The coming of the Messiah is what I'm hearing right now. Clarify Aquarius, please. Clarify Aquarius for Uncle Ben. Four of Wands. Union, teamwork, stability here. With this Aquarius energy here, and the Four of Wands, Saturn is in Aquarius right now too. I'm telling you, this is a message for masculines. A lot of these masculines are going to be getting karma in their stability and their home life, and their foundations are going to be uprooted severely. Why? Because they are tapped out of their feminine side of what the High Priestess reverse, more Pisces energy. They're not listening to their intuition. They're not doing their spiritual development, and it's going to result in karmic energies here with Saturn. Is exactly what I'm being told and exactly what I'm being shown here. I'm also being told a lot of masculine figures that are out in the public right at this point in time, they're going to be getting exposed for things publicly that have been being kept a secret. A real warning for masculines. This is more hardcore than the Harriet reading. I wasn't expecting this type of tea to be spilled. Clarify Moon, timing. Timing is everything, right? Clarify Moon, timing, Uncle Ben, please. Come through, please. Clarify Moon, timing. With the Magician. This, okay, I'm getting chills again. He's saying unions are being delayed because of magic, ill will, and nefarious purposes, and all parties will be dealt with in due time, is what I'm being told, is what he's saying. Limit your use with the communication devices is what I'm being told, because the magician is what? Gemini, Virgo energy, Mercury energy. Mercury rules what over communication devices. I'm being told, okay, he's saying limit your, yeah, I'm getting chills again. Who? Limit your use of communication devices, especially at night, because that's what's blocking off your ability to get into the dream state with the High Priestess in reversed here. And it's blocking your crown chakra is what I'm being told. Wow. I don't know, man. Clarify stars, infinite. Don't despair. Okay, I won't. I won't be afraid. I'm not afraid. Clarify stars, infinite, please, Uncle Ben. Clarify stars, infinite. Clarify stars, infinite. Ooh. Clarify stars, infinite, please. With the Knight of Cups here and the Ten of Pentacles. So what I'm being told here with this Knight of Cups, emotional immaturity a little bit. Knight of Cups is also Pisces energy. It keeps on showing up again here. And then the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so I feel like what this is also saying that he's giving a message for some feminines right now that could be watching this. Okay, he's saying don't be too mad at your masculine, that they're going to be coming with offerings in the near future after they've gone through that resurrection process, and that your union is stuck in the stars here, not to fret. And then also too, the fact that I see the Ten of Pentacles is like long term, like this is something that's written and etched in stone. Not to worry about the magic that's being done, or that how this person is currently resisting you, or subconscious manipulation with the High Priestess here. That all is going to be worked out in due time, and you will be coming into union for those masculines that do their work, is what I'm being told here. Clarify Sun Moon union. Clarify Sun Moon union, please. Clarify Sun Moon union, Uncle Ben. The Tower. Wow. And the Lover's card. And the Star card. Exactly. So what I'm being told here is that something has to be destroyed completely. Dark night of the soul. Jesus' crucifixion and resurrection, you see? In order for you all to be able to get back into your divine and destined partnership with the Lover's card here and the Star card. And the fact that that's on the Sun and Moon union, I feel like this is specifically like a message for true twins. Like, you know, your masculine is caught up in some madness right now because they're not doing their spiritual work. I feel like I'm channeling him right now. I feel a very powerful masculine energy from him, but a very in tune feminine energy. Like he wasn't afraid to cry or, you know, show emotions and things like that. Ooh, I'm not even gonna say what he just told me, but whatever. Um, but I'm also sensing what I'm being told here too is that your union is destined, and it's written in the stars here. And then you see the stars infinite also came out, you know, that this masculine needs to go through that dark night of the soul and get rid of this magician energy, this negative magician energy that they could have been portraying or that they are currently under, in order for you guys to get back onto your lover's plane. Wow. Didn't know you was gonna bring a love reading for us, Uncle Ben. Clarify air message. Clarify air message. Clarify air message goes right with the Page of Swords. Clarify air message, please. He's saying Saturn in Aquarius is going to change a lot of things. Ooh, look at the bottom of the deck. We got the Hermit, Virgo energy, sister sign for Pisces. So what I'm being told here with this air energy, there's a lot of self-development period. Self-development. And remember, air is the intellectual, the mind element. A lot of y'all need to focus on studying right now. Studying, gaining spiritual knowledge, wisdom, and development, going internally inside to do that inner healing work that's necessary to be done. And it's time right now, is what I'm being told. And then the funny thing is the Hermit's also a ghost. So we're getting air messages from the ghost realm, the spiritual realm. What I'm also being told is, he's also telling me is that in order to hear your ancestors and your guides more clearly, you need to clear up your crown chakra. And this is exactly what I was saying earlier. That's exactly the message that he's giving me. A lot of y'all, your crown chakra is kind of tainted by too much, he's saying too much drinking and smoking, as well as too much sexual engagement in lower vibrational entities, which is why he put the strength card here too. A lot of majors, y'all see in this reading, a lot of majors. Wow. Uncle Ben, any more messages for us? He's saying feminines, don't despair. While they're doing your clearing work, you do your healing work as well. That there's going to be a lot of spiritual community work that a lot of these unions are going to be birthing. And in order for that to happen, both parties need to be on the same page, especially with the sun-moon union here. But false foundations need to be destroyed completely, is what I'm being told here, and is what he's showing me. So y'all, that's what we have for the ancestral channeling for Benjamin Banneker. I feel so calm in my body and relaxed. Thank you so much. And he told me I need to calm my little behind down. Yes, sir. All right, y'all. Once again, my name is Daisy, aka Professional High Priestess. Oh, you want me to do the constellation? Okay, he told me to look into the constellation of Pisces. Okay, let's see what he wants us to see. Okay. We're going to find some very interesting information here. Oh, this is so beautiful. Okay, I'm going to show us the constellation that he has for us, that he wants us to see. Okay. Whew. Okay, so this is the constellation of Pisces. Let's see how many stars are in the constellation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 6, 8, 10, 12. There's 12 stars in the constellation of Pisces, yo. That's deep. Pisces rules over the 12th house and it's the 12th sign. It says here, the constellation is usually associated with the Roman myth of Venus and Cupid, who tied themselves with a rope and transformed into fish, wow, to escape the monster Typhon. Wow. It means the cord in Arabic, marks the knot of the rope. Whoa, this is deep. So for some of you guys who are choosing to stay, on your twin flame union, and this is actually a true twin, what this is saying, like, is like the cord is there still. It's not going to be broken by the magic or nothing like that. And the fact that we had the sun moon union card out here, oh, this is so deep. This is talking to y'all, but in due time, it's going to come about, is what I'm hearing, because you're infinite. It's in the stars. It's written in the stars. 10 of Pentacles. Wow. Gaia sent Typhoon to defeat the gods. Pan was the first to see him coming. Oop. The goddess Aphrodite and her son Eros called to the water nymphs for help and jumped into the river. In one of the legends, the two fishes came to the rescue and carried Aphrodite and Ares on their back and Eros on their back to safety. Wow. And then it says the mother and son were themselves transformed into fish. It could be mother, son, or partner. But remember what I was talking about in terms of honoring the feminine, whether it's your mother, whether it's your divine partner, masculines. That's exactly what I'm getting with this channeling here, and with why they brought us to this constellation. The joining of the masculine and the feminine. Let's see what this says here. Constellation guide. It says, Pisces is the 14th constellation in size, deep. Okay, what else are they talking about? Okay, we already read this. Okay, I want you to go ahead and go look that up. So anyways, that brings us to the end of our series. Okay, I hope you all enjoyed. Wow, that was really deep, and I really enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching, you all. Bye.